What if I tell you that both the WWE Battleground and the AEW Double or Nothing were 20 times better the show than fucking Saturday night's main event for May 24, 2025? And no, it's not because of the damn commercials. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to so Nolan, Mr. Lucas, WWE Battleground 2025 review. Today being May 26, 2025, your Memorial Day Monday. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Maybe be celebrating everything. Hope y'all having an enjoyable Monday afternoon, maybe. It's almost 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, East Coast of Syracuse, New York. And go follow my social media. Twitter, Lucas C. Allen. Same thing for Instagram, Lucas C. Allen. Facebook and TikTok, Nolan Mr. Lucas. And Patreon.com/Nolan Mr. Lucas as well. And go follow me watching on YouTube. Leave me a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And turn the bell for all post notifications as well, so you won't miss an upload on this video or podcast in general. And also, you're watching on Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, just leave me a 5-star rating on Spotify. And hit a big follow button on Spotify account of mine as well. Let's get right into your WWE Battleground 2025 review. Quite a lot decent amount to discuss on this show. Believe it or not, there's 7 things of grading for a PLE for rating for WWE. I know it's NXT in general, but you get the point. Maybe there's one promo segment I couldn't get on what the fuck we were doing with that one, but it is what it is. We're going to discuss everything NXT in this podcast. And by the way, hopefully you're knock on wood. Hope you have your AEW Double or Nothing 2025 review out today as well. I know Miss Lucas as well. I know YouTube and all audio platforms in Spotify, Amazon Music. Hopefully today, knock on wood, like I said. Let's do it again. Alright, let's get into your NXT review for the Battleground 2025. Listen, Ruca in a very great match. Ruca defeats Kelani Jordan to retain the NXT Women's North American Championship to start the show. Fucking awesome match, dude. These two ladies kicked ass in this match. Shout out both Ruca and Kelani Jordan. That finish, that soul snatcher to the top rope from Ruca is fucking a thing of goddamn beauty, man. It's unbelievable. The Soul Snatcher is so fucking badass. It really is, bro. That freaking fly inside my fucking room, man. I can believe that shit. But Kelani Jordan in herself is a fucking great pro wrestler. She is fucking great. I'd like to see her go for a world title after this. Should everything done in the mid-card division now sign and work her way up to the world title. If she want to dethrone Stephanie Vaquer or get into the finish, she should actually retain her title against Jordynne Grace and get into the man on the show. But this is a freaking great for first match for Ruca. It's funny. Vic Joseph says on commentary. When Kelani Jordan was the first ever win NXT Women's North American Champion, her first title defense was Ruca. Now it's not Ruca is the Women's North American Champion. Her first title defense is Kelani Jordan. Freaking weird statistic. I was very interested to say at least that statistic from Vic Joseph. I actually like that for commentary saying that. Let's go Ruca defeating Kelani Jordan entertaining NXT Women's North American Championship to start the show. Also, a very, very awful and pointless 6-man tag. Hank and Tank, the reigning defend NXT Tag Team Champions. And Josh Briggs defeat the Culling. God, this was by far the worst grade of the whole freaking, 2 shows seen Dynamite, for Battleground and Double or Nothing. Easily the worst grade for the whole 2 shows. Also, in Enchanted Stacks, Lorenzo defeats Tony D'Angelo in a very fun match. Also, my lovely La Primera Dark Angel herself, the reigning defend NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer defeats Jordynne Grace, like I said, retain the NXT Women's Championship, and probably more likely the best match on the show. Not the best match of the show per weekend. I don't think it's the best women's match out of this whole weekend in general. Against Yo in the Double or Nothing review. But so this was freaking great. This Jordynne Grace and Stephanie Vaquer match was freaking great. You know what I say? 2 of the best women's professional wrestlers in the goddamn earth in the same division. It's the best division in all professional wrestling. And it's probably most thing I'm looking for on this whole show. And it's all main event with this over the TNA World title match. I get the TNA World title has more history involved with that. But still, you get the point. We'll discuss Stephanie Vaquer defeating Jordynne Grace to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Also, a very pointless interview in the middle of the ring. Ricky Saints, the reigning defending NXT North American Champion, has an interview in the middle of the ring, and Ethan Page looks to attack Saints, but it backfired for Page. Remember, the NXT North American Championship rematch from Stand Liver match for a set title for NXT this week on the USA Network, the CW Network, to say the least. We're going to discuss that. Flip on my notes here. We're on Oba Femi, the reigning defending NXT World Champion, defeats Myles Borne to, like I said, retain the NXT World Championship. This was probably better than the main event. This was freaking great. And Myles Borne was elevated to the umpteenth degree by Oba Femi, the reigning defending NXT World Champion. I like to see a lot more Myles Borne in 2025, making me a North American champion. Maybe he want to dethrone Ricky Saints for said championship. You know what? When bad night like that happens, man. We're not mind that whatsoever. We're going to discuss that. I'll discuss in your main event, Trick Williams defeats Joe Hendry to win in the main event to win the TNA World Championship. Man, the odd take looked like a brilliant take, man. That was like a freaking brilliant ass take for me, predicting Trick Williams to beat Joe Hendry. Especially when the main event, I was weird feel, oh man, they really did do the title change, aren't they? And then, lo and behold, they freaking did. Trick Williams is a new TNA World Champion. I'll be honest, I was looking forward to this match. Not like Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace type match. But still, this is a pretty fun match. It was okay for what it was, but I kind of wish they had Stephanie and Jordynne main event and open the show with this match. I think the World Title match in NXT was better than the World Title match with TNA. And this was the main event for a TNA World Title match. Something about this main event did not click with me. I mean, it was good. I'm not saying it was like a John Cena and Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania this year type match. But still, something about this match just didn't click with me. We're going to discuss it on today's podcast. Glad you're maybe. As always, going to say it's this year's WWE Battleground 2025 review on No Limits with Lucas. Starting with, you guessed it, Ruca, the reigning defending NXT Women's North American Champion. She defeats Kelani Jordan to start the show to, like I said, retain the NXT Women's North American Championship. This gets an A-. Freaking very fun opening match, man. And it's funny, last year, like I remember I said to start the show, the podcast today. Remember I said the intro, obviously. Kelani Jordan, when she was the first NXT Women's North American Champion, her first title defense was against Ruca. Well, since Ruca won the title at Stand Deliver this past year in 2025, WrestleMania weekend, she won that. After she won that match, it's her first title defense to that championship. And her title defense is none other than Kelani Jordan herself. It's kind of crazy through there, man. But this was freaking great. I absolutely freaking loved this match. I could have done with Zarya getting involved, made herself look like more of a heel than anything. Does that make more implications for a storyline down the road between Zarya and Ruca? More than likely, yes. Maybe Zarya's when it turns heel on Ruca. Maybe she's the one that ends Ruca's title reign. You know what? Let's freaking do that at some point. Not right now, honestly. Put like two more title defenses on Ruca's belt, and then get to the Zarya match. Maybe at SummerSlam this weekend, for say the least. But this match between Ruca and Kelani Jordan was freaking great. I love the Soul Snatcher from the top rope at the end of the match. And Kelani Jordan was like very behind the ring. And usually the Soul Snatcher gets right into the ropes and everything. She did this from the freaking top rope. That looked freaking phenomenal. Shout out to fucking Ruca. She is fucking great. Kelani Jordan is even great too. This gets an A-. This set the tone big time for this event. A- grade. Shout out to both of them. I'm a big fan of Ruca and Kelani. You want to love Kelani Jordan too. She is freaking great in herself. Hopefully she gets more wins after this though, Shawn Michaels. Not like you're going to losing streaks, more losing streaks to say the least. And they consistent booking with Kelani Jordan. Say the least. Yes, it's an A- to start the show. Moving on to a fucking pointless six-man tag. I don't give a fuck match. I thought Dynamite was bad this week with six-man tags. Or was Dynamite in general with so many six-man tags. Or AEW in general, to say the least. Hank and Tank, the reigning defending NXT Tag Team Champions. And Josh Briggs defeat the Culling. This gets an overall grade of fucking big fat D. So I said, what the fuck was the point of this being on the show? This was literally the complete definition of a bathroom break after the opening match to Ruca and Kelani Jordan. Complete, utter bathroom break. That's the only reason why I think this was on the match last night. This was on the show last night. Oh, no, I cannot say what the fuck this was the point of having this on the show. Literally, I kid you not. But I'm asking you, Shawn Michaels, what the fuck was the point of this being on the show? Give a big fat D, a big stinker following the great opening match with Ruca and Kelani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American Championship. A complete, utter, boring fest, this 6-man tag, I don't give a fuck garbage match. Get this the fuck off my television, Shawn. Big fat D is your grade. I can give one single fuck about this match. Moving on to Chan Stacks Lorenzo. He defeats Tony D'Angelo. What do they call Chan Stacks Lorenzo? The Outrunner? No, it's the Outrunner's in AEW. I don't know what the fuck he does. I don't know what it does, honestly. But I know obviously Tony D'Angelo's called a Don of NXT. You know that. This is a pretty decent match, man. This gets an agree with B. I like the story of Tony Chan Stacks Lorenzo stabbing Tony D'Angelo in the back at Stand Deliver. You see, that's the storytelling I like to see from NXT. I like that big time. And this match is an agree with B. It's not a bad one-on-one match here. I expected Chan Stacks Lorenzo to get the win here. But I kind of expected the other members of the D'Angelo family being Andriana, I can't even say her freaking name. Andriana Rizzo, and also like Luca Crucifino. I thought I'd be going with, obviously, Chan Stacks Lorenzo. Maybe a heel 2 duo with them. But I guess they did not, obviously. He obviously did not, because it didn't happen in this match. But then again, Luca Crucifino on the outside towards the end of this match basically cost Tony D the match. After the referee was distracted by Luca Crucifino's in the conclusion of this match, and referee and Chan Stacks Lorenzo hit a freaking low blow on Tony D, like Stand Deliver. And so this is how I like that spot quite a bit. And probably still the Luca Crucifino and Andriana Rizzo with Tony D'Angelo. Not Tony D'Angelo, with Chan Stacks Lorenzo still. I just want to probably develop that story more times than not after that. So we fine. After this Chan Stacks Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo match, it's not Raven B. Pretty decent match for sure. Moving on to Stephanie Vaquer, the lovely La Primera Dark Angel woman herself, our glorious NXT Women's Champion. Stephanie Vaquer defeats Jordynne Grace to retain, like I said, NXT Women's Championship. Best grade of the whole freaking night. Or not the best grade of the whole show for like including Double or Nothing, but still. This is also obviously looking forward to this match big time. Probably the best match going in this show before this match that took place. And obviously the best match going out. I think so. This gets a fucking A. Fucking love this match. I love the spot through the barricade from Stephanie Vaquer against Jordynne Grace. It's like driving Jordynne Grace through the freaking barricade. That'll look freaking brutal for Jordynne Grace. But then again, if anyone could take that, it'd probably be Jordynne Grace, one of the few women. People like her, Rhea Ripley, and a couple other people. Big, tough women like Jordynne Grace can take that fucking move. I mean, damn, that looked freaking great, that spot on the outside. And this is freaking great. Definitely one of the best women's matches I've seen all year. Was it the best? Or which I beholder? I think it's up there for like top 5 maybe. This whole, they still according to Ruca and Kelani Jordan match and Mercedes Moné and Jamie Hayter for Double or Nothing. This is a great women's if you're a women's wrestling fan, you're on top-notch ground on this rate. Got 3 match of year contenders for the most part, with both NXT and AEW respectively. With 3 of them in one freaking weekend. That's pretty good for your women's wrestling fan like I am. And this Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace match for the NXT Women's Championship is an grade A. Best thing on the fucking PLE. Fucking great match. We all love Stephanie. I kind of wish Jordynne Grace would have won this match, though, so you can call up Stephanie Vaquer right to the main roster, the tonight on Raw, honestly. I would call her up right down Raw tonight. I'm bad, no fucking eyelash. But then again, Stephanie probably maybe a bigger story down the line with her dropping that title, maybe include it later in the year. But I kind of want that woman on the main roster. I really do. Actually, I really do, obviously. But man, we also wait and find out to say the least. But this Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace match was fucking great. What else do you want me to say about this? Fucking banger, fucking match of both women. Obviously, the two of the best in the fucking world is Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace, man. They're obviously two of the best in the world right now. This gets an all-raven A between Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. A's are grade. I gotta be honest, though, one more thing I gotta say. I feel kind of bad for Jordynne Grace, though. She challenged for Roxanne Perez for last year's Battleground for the NXT Women's Championship. She lost that. Now, the following year later at Battleground this year, she lost again. Is she like the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowls involving Battleground? I'm only joking, man. I'm sorry, Bills fans. I'm sorry. I just wanted to point that out there, though. I'm just joking. Shout out to Josh Allen. I'll be sure to say him last year. You can obviously freaking tell. No, you didn't get the joke. I'm sorry. Moving on to Ricky Saints, the reigning defending NXT North American champion. Men's North American champion. As you hear a fucking bike outside my house, what else is fucking new? It's 63 degrees and it's fucking kind of warmer, honestly. Been warmer the last fucking couple weeks. Been rainy as fuck the last couple of weeks in Syracuse. Fucking ridiculous. Some freaking not motivation to say the least. This man on Ricky Saints, the reigning defending NXT North American champion. A very pointless interview in the middle of the ring. He has an interview in the middle of the ring, like I said, and then Ethan Page looks to attack Saints, but it backfired for Page. This gets a freaking big fat C. Like, bro, they did a backstage interview with somebody else. I think it was like Megan Morantz or something like that. But bro, what was the point of this? What was the point of this, man? You could have said they had a backstage interview with Ricky Saints on the show. That was probably perfectly fine. But not Ricky Saints, it was actually Ethan Page. You get the fucking point, though. That was usually fine. But no, we gotta waste more time with developing Ricky Saints and Ethan Page for North American Championship to open with NXT this Tuesday. All for that to be on your PLA. That's kind of ridiculous from Shawn Michaels there. Gotta be quite honest. Like, what was the fucking point of this, bro? I'm legitimately asking. Was it better than Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs defeating the Culling? Absolutely. But not by much. It's still the second worst grade in the whole show. C is your grade. Flip over to the final part of these two matches. Both World Championship matches. No, it's not with the women. It's for NXT and TNA World titles. We're on to your 6 minutes left, second to last match on the show. Oba Femi, the reigning defending NXT World Champion. He defeats Myles Borne to, like I said, retain the NXT Championship. This was freaking great, dude. Tied for the second best grade in the whole show, but still Ruca and Kelani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American Championship. This gets an A-. Myles Borne was elevated big time in this match. He looked freaking great. I mean, man, he showed us the opportunity out big time. He didn't win, but man, oh man, he had a fucking mega victory in defeat, man. That's what I always say at wrestlers. So because they compare people to Hulk Hogan, you know, it's like people can put people over in different ways and will also win the match. For example, I see this a lot of Mercedes Moné. She can put somebody else over without losing a match. You people realize that, right? As long as you make someone like the umpteenth great in defeat, you can be elevated big time even in defeat people. That's why I always say there's always victory in defeat. And this is pretty fun. It's Oba Femi and Myles Borne match in the NXT Championship. Oba Femi elevated this man Myles Borne big time in this match. If I don't see Myles Borne more on television going forward, Shawn Michaels, you dropped the fucking ball big time, to say the least. This gets an A-. I love the near falls. Like, can Myles Borne do it? Can he pull out a miracle and beat Oba Femi for the NXT Championship? Well, he did not do that, but he had a mega victory in defeat. He looked freaking great in defeat here. This gets an A-. Tied for the second best grade tonight, like I said, the open match with Ruca and Kelani Jordan for the NXT Women's North American Championship. This was freaking great. This was freaking great, man. I was not looking forward to this match going for a main event, but it didn't main event. Honestly, I wish it did main event. Honestly, I kind of did. Honestly, this gets an A-, man. Shout out to Oba Femi. Also shout out to Myles Borne. He had a performance of a goddamn lifetime in this match. He was great for sure in this match. This is an A-. Tied for second best grade tonight. I just heard my phone go off. I'm sorry if you heard that, honestly. Trick Williams in the main event. Trick Williams defeats Joe Hendry in the main event to win the TNA World Championship. I believe this is history for making for TNA. The first ever main event for a World Championship with TNA at any event in general. So that's freaking crazy, man. That's freaking crazy. They had a TNA executive in the crowd, not really showing the crowd before the match. I love the reactions when Trick Williams won this match from the executive and a bunch of our fans in Tampa Bay, Florida. That was freaking great reactions. But to me, this match, just something about it just seemed off for a little bit. Did it pick up at the end of the match a little bit, I would say? There's something about this didn't click with me as much as what I thought it would. I thought Trick he's a very fun wrestler. He's a mega star potential for professional wrestling for main roster WWE and all professional wrestling in general. Joe Hendry is always freaking great, over as fuck with the audience. But this gets a B. I don't know about it, man. Just something about it that seemed a little bit off in this match. Like I prefer Oba Femi, Myles Borne. I prefer Kelani Jordan and Ruca. I prefer this obviously Stephanie Vaquer and Jordynne Grace. That was my main event going to this show. But man, I don't know about this. This one just seemed like off. It still gets a B. It's a pretty good grade, but not for a main event worthy grade. It's still not even closer for a PLE / pay-per-view in general. Like this song, the main event we saw for Battleground and Double or Nothing, it's not even fucking close. Hangman Page and Will Ospreay kicked ass in that main event. Let's discuss in the Double or Nothing review though. But this was still good. It's not main event worthy though. I know it's NXT and NXT's developmental brand. I get that. But it's still a PLE in general, man. PLE, Premium Live Event, Pay-Per-View, PPV, honestly, I almost said PP, whatever the fuck you want to say it, dude. But this gets a B. There's something about it seemed off for a little bit in this match. This gets a B, though, to say the least. As your show for WWE Battleground 2025, it also gets an honor grade of B. Tied for the best grade of the whole week with AEW Dynamite will be May 21st, 2025. So that is your WWE Battleground 2025 review on No Limits to Lucas. Thank you all for watching. No Limits to Lucas, WWE Battleground 2025 review. Today be May 26, 2025, your Memorial Day, obviously. And hopefully, knock on wood, this won't be your last review of the whole day. Hopefully, like I said. There's also, I want to do your AEW Double or Nothing 2025 review out today. And I also want to do a couple YouTube shorts. I didn't do that Drew McIntyre short yet. I forgot to do that, honestly. It was a freaking weird day, honestly, last night. I fell asleep during Battleground. I had to wake up and watch like half the show and worry about the whole show at the beginning of the show. I also watched Double or Nothing too, to say the least. As that is your Battleground 2025 review on all Mr. Lucas. And I hope you all join me later today for your AEW Double or Nothing 2025 review. It should be uploaded maybe on dinner time, hopefully, knock on wood. Hopefully, like I said. So hopefully you join me with that. Maybe Tuesday for the latest and go back to Wednesday for Raw. Hopefully, I can do it for today, though. So hopefully you can join me later today or tomorrow for your AEW Double or Nothing 2020 review on No Miss Lucas. And thank y'all for watching WWE Battleground 2025 review. And catch y'all later today for more content. No Miss Lucas probably on YouTube and all audio platforms. Until then, take care, everyone. Love you all. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.